Welcome back to English with Amrita. In the last video, the link is given here, we looked at some creative and interesting ways in which we can respond to the common question, how are you? When our mood is bad and when our mood is average. In today's video, we are going to look at the ways in which we can respond when we are in a good mood or when we are happy, and then we are going to look at some surprising ways in which we can respond to this common question. So without wasting time, let's get going. Hey, what's up? How are you? I've never been better. Now this is a response that you can give when you are absolutely happy and satisfied with your life. Your current state of happiness is by far the best, and you think that you have never experienced such state of happiness, and it could be momentary or it could be a phase in your life. So when you're extremely happy, you can simply say, I have never been better than my current state. When you're in a good mood, you can also respond by saying, I'm good or I'm well. That tells the person directly by using the words like good or well that you're doing good. Some people respond by saying, I'm doing good. Now this is incorrect because that actually means that you're doing something good. However, the question is how are you, and hence the response should be I'm good. We can also add certain words like pretty. For example, I'm pretty good or I'm pretty well. You can also add a word like quite. I'm quite good, thanks. When you want to emphasize how good you are, you can use words like I'm really good or I'm absolutely good. You can also replace the word good with some other words like I'm fantastic or I'm superb, thanks. I'm pretty good can also be shortened to pretty good. For example, hey, how are you? Pretty good. There's another phrase that you can use, which is I'm pretty fantastic. Now this is generally not used in speech, but you can use it if your life is fantastic. So far, so good. Now this one is used when you're in the middle of something, maybe since quite some time. It could be a few hours or a few weeks or a few months, and then somebody asks you how you are. You can say so far, so good. That means if you're working on a project since past few months and your boss comes to your cabin and asks you how is it going or how are you, you can say so far, so good. Everything is fine when you are around. Now this can be said to your girlfriend or boyfriend, to your partner, to your husband, wife, or to your best friend also. So when you really value somebody's presence in your life and you think that your life is going quite well because there's somebody else who is with you, supporting you, you can say everything is fine when you are around. If you like somebody at your workplace and that person comes to you and asks you how you are, and you kind of want to give them a hint that you like him or her, you could answer by saying, I would be better if you asked me out. So this is a funny and a witty reply to somebody who is asking you how you are. I'm doing really well is another way to respond to this question. It emphasizes that yes, you're really doing good by using the word really. Another way is when you say, I'm blessed. So when you're thankful to things in your life, when you're grateful, and we all have those days in our life when we are very positive and thankful to everything that we have in our life. And on those days, if somebody asks us how we are, we obviously can reply saying, I'm blessed or I'm grateful. Now let's move on to some surprising answers that we can give when somebody asks us this question. Dancing to the rhythm of life. Now this is something that's uncommon and hence can pop somebody's eyes when they're listening to you or reading your message that says dancing to the rhythm of life. Now this can be taken in a way that you are enjoying the ups and downs of life, the good and the bad. You are really happy with whatever life is giving you right now, and hence dancing to the rhythm of life. Rhythm also indicates there's some perfect coordination, which means that your life is going in sync with the way you want it, and hence you're happy. Another way to respond in an interesting and surprising way is when you ask a question back. how do you think I am? Now this obviously can be asked to somebody whom we already know and who already knows us. Could be a friend, family member or colleague, not somebody who's a stranger. So how do you think am I? Or how do you think I am? Now this question can generate a response from their side, looking at your body language, your facial expressions and the situation or the environment that you are in. Sometimes what happens is we are not always in the mood to respond to this common question, how are you? So we feel that I don't want to respond, I just want to keep it to myself. So you can respond by saying, it's a secret. That means I really don't want to share this with you and I don't think that this conversation should go ahead because maybe I'm busy or I want my own space or whatever other reasons. So it's a secret. Another interesting way is when you say, I'll leave that to your imagination. So you don't want to answer this question, you want the other person to imagine how you are. And maybe you are occupied with something and hence do not want to take the conversation ahead with them. And hence you're like, maybe I need my time or space and hence I'm leaving that to your imagination. Sometimes when you have all the time in your life to talk to people and that time somebody asks you this question, you can ask them, do you want a short or a long version? Obviously, if that person is somebody close to you, he would be more interested in knowing about what's going on in your life and how you are. So he or she would obviously say the longer version. So you are giving them a choice by saying, do you want to just know a little bit or you want to know something in depth? Before moving on to the last surprising way in which we can respond to this question, I just want to remind you to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon so that you will be notified the next time I post a video online. Also, if you liked this video, do share it with your family and friends so that they will also find it helpful. Moving on to our last phrase, and that is, you go first so we can compare. Sometimes when we meet somebody after a long time and we also want to know a lot about them, we can ask them a question back by saying, you go first so that we can compare. So you tell me what's up with you, how are you, how are things around you, and then I'll tell you about myself and my life, and then maybe we can have a comparison about how our lives are going. So guys, if you've liked this video, like, share, subscribe. Until I see you next. Bye.